Hey everybody, welcome back to the Safe Haven Workbench. Kind of moving on in this project of Ashley's Hardware. We've actually come up with a name for this build. It is not going to stay as Ashley's Hardware, but it's going to be changed to South Haven Lumber and Supply. Where we left off last was we were working on the roofing. And I managed to get the roof of this structure complete with ridge cap, and coming out pretty good with that. On this building, I still gotta do the ridge cap, but other than that, this structure has its roof on, and it has come out perfect. I will marriage those here where I want them, and I can do the ridge cap later. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find what I want, where I want them to sit, and I think I found where I'm going to kind of stick with the original plot where they belong, and whatnot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my toothpick and I'm going to spread glue where I want it. So I'm going to eye it. So I got to put glue from here all the way over to where it's going to meet, just before it meets the wall of this side. So what I got to do is take my finger and mark it there. And so now I have a point where this side's going to be exposed. So as long as I take my glue and go about right here and go over here, I should be okay. And again, I'm just putting enough on there to hold it against the wall. You don't want it coming apart. These aren't heavy. I don't get it flat, because what it's going to do is this glue is going to get pushed into these grooves anyway. And then it's going to flatten itself out. So I just put a big old wide area of glue. And I'm going to go right up here, add some glue up here. And notice I'm leaving space for the glue to squish. And it will squish. And then I'm kind of leveling it off a little bit, just so there's no bumpiness in it. And then kind of eye it where I wanted it, just like that. And then I'm going to slide it forward. little. So we're going to get it right. We're going to get it right on where I want it. Just like that. What I do is I just will line up the bottom and I just hold it there. That's my clamp spot. And then I just push firmly right here. And then I just use my fingers to hold it in place while the glue takes a second to hold it. That way there's pressure. What that glue is going to do is it's going to get in those grooves. It's going to be on the outside, and it's going to push into the other wall and those grooves, and it's going to add like a mortar joint. It's going to hold it together. So now that part is complete. These structures are all done, other than the ridge on here and the weathering. I will come back to that in another moment. I want this to have some time to set. But on to that, I have these two pieces here. I'm actually going to marriage them together because these are going to be the external covered yard, if you will. And all I did is that it's all scratch built. Just special, nothing special, just some cardstock. I've actually had some roof peaks off of some pre-structured walls I had cut, and they fit right into that. So I made a couple of them up. And we're going to marriage these together. And these are actually going to go, eventually this is going to go onto here, if you will. So imagine that, like that. And it's just going to be a long yard on the end. I'll have like a pull through loading with like a road coming up here and out here, and then this will be like lumber all stacked out right around here. So it will have lumber stored here, where they can come get it, and then they have a drive-through, and then they have like a smaller exterior building for the smaller lumber inside, and then that'd be the building. And then somewhere on the property they may have logs or whatever. Haven't quite got to that point yet, but anyway, that's kind of what I'm shooting for. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to go ahead and marriage these two together. All I have to do is take the one side like that, and then take this and go and just butt them up. Peak to peak, just like that. But instead, I'm going to slightly offset it because I want a depth look to that. Now, I didn't stain that other piece yet, and that's okay, because when I do the roofing, that will all get covered. So this will be okay. So I'm leaving just a little bit of a lip to that. So it's going to have that lip look to it. And we're going to let that sit up. So while it sets up, I'm going to take, I don't need that many. I'm going to take a clean Q-tip inside. And while it's wet, I'm going to scrape the excess off because I don't really want that glue in there, because when you glue it, it's just going to shine through. Now, it might be okay come out because you're going to have grime up there and all that stuff, and it may kind of turn out fine, but I'd rather do that with my weathering than just have to cover this up later. So what I can do is I can take my ugly brush, which is this one, and I just take it and I just take my brush and just and there probably still will be some residue, but you know, I am not going to worry about it too much. I just want to get what I can out while it's still wet. I can do a little bit more when this all hardens. It breaks away pretty, not too bad, but I'm wiping away what I can now. There. So there you have it. We have the slightly offset roof extension for the wood barn, or what they normally call a wood shed kind of thing. And it will go and sit right here. And it'll look pretty good, because what it's gonna, you know, I kind of have it stair stepped. And I will be adding my posts and my bracing here and making it look real good. And that I'll be working on over the next week or so, getting that done. And then both sides of this is going to be metal roofing. So we'll use metal roofing and we'll weather it appropriately. And like I said, we'll have one portion of it, the drive-through. We'll have a road that comes in here. Whatnot. Maybe we'll have like a parking lot. Say we might have a parking lot over here with a car or so, and whatnot. And then we have a road, then off the park, we'll have a road going through to go into here, through here, and then we'll have lumber. I'm going to try to do in-scale lumber stacked around here, so that you can see there's lumber here. Maybe there's a pile of logs out here somewhere, being at the lumber mill, and some ply. That's kind of where we're going with that. So we're gonna just work on, well, this little kit is going to have a lot of detail to it, I know, So it's going to take some time, and a lot of it's not going to happen until it gets to the layout down the road. But the essential structure is this, and once I get the structure, I can do all the fine details and add those as I'm ready to place it. And so this will have a step down like that, and we'll get this all squared away and looking pretty good. So that's the next step I'm working on, is the metal roofing for the metal roofing for the drive-through loading area and the stock covered stock area. And then I got to finish up this, I have to weather it, and then also add the ridge cap on this is where we're at. And then we're pretty much where I want to be with this kit at this point in the build. Again, I'm saving a lot of the detail work for when I actually put it on the layout, because there's not really a whole lot that I can really do now regarding that without having things break or fall apart, because a lot of this stuff is getting done and boxed up and ready to go for my train room down the road for when I have a house. I'll just put it in there, bring them all out, put them on a shelf, and then I start doing the layout. I have them all ready to go. I can just, instead of buying kits, I already have kits that are ready to go, and they just go on the layout. I mean, I'll probably will get more kits, and then do them as after I get all what I have currently done, which is quite a few kits already completed. So that is where we are on this project. And we are going to just go in there. There's not really much more of an update on the project. However, I will be doing some examples in scale for my project, but it can also be applied for any scale. And I'll be using, it's going to be roll roofing for rooftops, and I will show you how I'm going to do that in another video. And I think it looks great. I don't see enough of it. I have seen a few people out there that have done it, but not a lot. And I'm going to show you my take on it. And it's a very simple way to do it. So as soon as we wrap up this project, we'll be jumping into those videos. And I have another technique coming up along with that. And I'm getting more details on what I'm doing on that, and I'll reveal that project as well when I do the roll roofing how-to video. So with that, we'll cut it here today, and hopefully we'll be back with the roofing on here, and then we'll then move and the weathering done on the main structure. So my goal is to try to get this all together and weathered, the metal roofing on and weathered, and have this attached to that, and then after I get the structure put together for the extension to the building, I will marriage this to that. So this half is complete. We are now on the other half, with the exception of weathering the roof and doing the roof cap. So so stay tuned for the next video, which should be coming out maybe late this week, early next week. We'll see how fast I get this done. I do this at when I have time in between things, so usually weekends I get more time to do this. So I just had a little bit of time today to jump on and update you where I'm at, and that is it for today. So you guys take care, and we'll catch you guys later this week or early next week. Talk to you guys later.